I have 12 emails, 30 messages, and a proposal due by 10. How am I already underwater?
I'm in the same boat.
I'm in an actual boat.
I thought Grammarly just fixed grammar. They make boats now?
It's more of a metaphor.
Mornings like this. These days, it feels like waking up is harder than ever. But when you know you've got a delicious creamy bowl of Quaker oats waiting for you, maybe it's not.
Introducing the Petit Cookie.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Showdown Esports live event brought to you by NT Esports and Corsair.
Well, hello to all of you guys. Once again, we have got a tournament for you. It's a 1v1 tournament. Anyone can join. It is for Europe. PM players only, obviously, but anyone can still join. And it will be a best of one bracket and, of course, best of three grand finals. This is for a project that we are doing. So any people who are joining the tournaments, that is much appreciated. You will be casted by us. Of course, you can join the tournament as well. In case you have any questions on how to join the tournament, then we can help you with that. But for now, we are just waiting for it. It will be in about 10 minutes of tournament, so we are definitely looking forward to that. But once again, guys, if you are just joining, please do let us know in case you have any questions how to get in. It is called Showdown Esports. It is an in-game tournament, and it is a 1v1 tournament, so anyone can join. Any rank can join, but obviously make sure you do get in there very, very soon.
And just a reminder for all of our gamers out there that we will be running these events every Monday night starting at 7 p.m. We're a little bit late starting today due to some technical difficulties, but fortunately, thanks to our very kind sponsors, in the very near future, we will have some peripheral bundles to be giving away as prizes for some of our bigger scale events. So if you want more information on that, please join our Discord and keep an ear out.
So obviously for today, guys, there is no official prizes. However, in future, there is definitely prizes that we will be giving away. Potentially even from today, there could be prizes, but obviously there is no guarantees right now. But for right now, make sure you guys are getting into the tournament. It is called Showdown Esports. In case you guys do not know how to get into there, make sure you do go to play, and you do go to tournaments, and you do go to custom, and you do go to find tournament. It will be in the 1v1 section under Showdown Esports, but obviously on screen we should be showing that very, very soon. So in case you guys do have any questions, then obviously we can help you with that.
So how do you think this is going to go, James? Do you know any players that are joining this tournament today?
Well, there is a few potential players. We do host a lot of tournaments like this, and we do generally have a few SSLs playing and a few champs playing. We do have some very high caliber players, so it could go any way really. But regardless, I believe we are looking to be getting some people in here, and yeah, we just have to wait and see how it goes.
That sounds very, very exciting. I know I'm looking forward to it. Do you have any names in particular that you think we should keep an eye out for? Anything like that you think might join?
Well, right now I can't actually guarantee any players that are specifically joining, but in the past we have had Colin, we have had Storm, we have had Kizzy, we have had Foos. We've had a fair few players that have certainly won a few of my tournaments or even some of the Showdown tournaments. So still have to look forward to it. I believe we will be showing on screen again in just a few moments any potential tournaments. Hopefully admin team does help us, or production team I should say, with that. So just waiting a few moments for that.
Yes. This tournament, again, reminder, starts at 7:45 and will be held on EU servers. That doesn't mean that if you're from a different region, you can't join, because everyone is welcome, but you might struggle a little bit on the ping. And I suppose, as we all know, playing with ping is the reason we always lose, right?
Well, that is one excuse. There's plenty of excuses. Not controller isn't working, or I don't know, the Wi-Fi router's just been thrown out the window, or I don't know, been called for dinner maybe.
The good old classic. Did you
Oh.
feel that lag spike?
Oh, I mean, maybe, but I'd say the dinner excuse is certainly something, and having to just go for a cheeky minute to get some sausage and chips, maybe. Just a pre-game, mid-game meal, some could say. But obviously, yeah, the lag spikes we don't like seeing, especially for American players or Middle East players who do tend to have that problem, especially on EU servers. But majority of players don't seem to have the problem.
Yes, yes, yes. I don't know how the Middle Eastern players do it the whole time, especially playing on EU servers with that consistent 80 to 100 ping. It's very, very impressive.
I guess they just sort of adapt to it because after thousands of hours playing with 100 ping, in fact, sometimes I find that when you lag, it sometimes pushes you forward. So I feel like there's obviously positives and negatives to the whole situation, really. But I feel that the Middle East players specifically have certainly just got a lot of experience. But of course, there is still negatives.
Of course. I mean, it's a very, very solid region. We're seeing a lot of good stuff from the pros in that region now, especially Falcons. They did quite well this year and last year. Very, very consistent.
Yeah, Falcons winning the Esports World Cup, of course. Not quite win it for Rocket League, but they did get second place a few times, which was a massive dub for them, I must say, because Middle East region has normally been seen as more of a minor region, but in the coming years, they have certainly been proving themselves to be more of a major region. So we might even see some Middle East players today, but right now we are just pending on who is playing.
Well, fabulous. And we have 5 minutes left on the countdown till we get back into it.
So I believe we will be showing on screen how to join the tournaments. Hopefully production does show you guys, because right now we are just having to tell you visually. But obviously 5 minutes into the tournament, it is right here, Showdown Live. It is an in-game tournament, so anyone can join. It is on your screen right now. So in case you guys don't know how to get in, obviously you go to the main menu, you go to tournaments. As you can see on the screen, you do go to custom, you do go to find tournament, and you do go to 1v1. And you will see it's the top of the screen, guys. You can't miss it at all. All in capitals, Showdown Live. We've got someone in there so far, but make sure you guys do get in there. The more the merrier. It is for our project, so it will benefit us. And also, we get to commentate you guys, so you get to tell all your friends how cool you are being on a professional stream.
And we get to see all of your wonderful skills. I'm excited to see some big flip resets.
Or maybe
musties.
even not flip resets. Maybe
No,
some
maybe
open
not.
net misses. Maybe some flip reset misses. Maybe you don't even hit the ball. But regardless, we're going to see some Rocket League players today, and we get to showcase your skill. And it doesn't matter what skill you have, as long as you're trying and putting in the effort, then we do appreciate your time. And we do love to commentate you and make you feel special. And even if you aren't playing, you get to watch along. You get to watch us, our beautiful faces, of course. And in general, just have a good time.
Definitely. You know, I really enjoy casting for a change. It gives you the opportunity to see the game from sort of a different perspective.
Of course, when you're playing, you don't really see the game from a wider perspective. It's generally very first person, and you're always on constant pressure of your opponents. Whereas casting, obviously, we still need to be locked in. We still need to be watching, observing what's happening. But it's always good to be able to watch other players and watch what their peaks are. But we have got 3 minutes now until the tournament. So make sure you guys get in. We are going to show you one more time how to get in. So make sure you guys are going in-game. It is an in-game tournament. Anyone can join. We've got a few people in. You go to tournaments in-game. So you press play, you press tournaments, you go to find tournament, and you go to 1v1. I do apologise if it was shown quite fast hopefully we can show it again to you. But it is Showdown Live. Anyone can join, and it is a chance to be commentated and to be on a stream with a load of people. So custom fine tournament, and it is Showdown Live. It is open to everyone. We've got a few people in now. Let's go. Are you looking forward to this?
I'm looking forward to it. You know, one thing I find about watching the game and being able to talk about it and discuss it as we're watching it is that when you're playing it, you seem to be very autonomous, and you know, the thought process is planned out. You're just locked in. But when you're able to watch it, you're able to really sort of grasp the beauty of how the game is played.
Oh yeah, of course. I just feel sometimes watching Rocket League, especially whether high or low rank, it really is exquisite, really. And to be able to have this opportunity to cast today for you guys is, I am honestly I have so much appreciation for this, and I honestly can't wait. We've literally got 1 or 2 minutes now to the tournament, so make sure you guys are joining. It is called Showdown Live. And of course, you guys will have the chance to be able to claim your glory or not, but any rank can join. And what's the highest rank do you think that is going to join this tournament?
You know what? I'm hopeful. I'm looking for some SSLs.
Of course, but maybe on the lower spectrum, do you think we're going to get some potentially lower ranks today, or do you think it's just going to be higher rank?
Oh, I don't know. I definitely think we're going to have a Plat 3, you know? Someone's got to win the whole tournament, and I'd put my money on the Plat 3.
And I do apologise for cutting you in there. We've got a fair few people in this tournament. Let's go. But of course, we are getting into this tournament now. We are going to be watching a few matches. It is underway, but whether you guys are watching or playing, we've got a big tournament for you. And make sure to let us know who you think is going to win. So if production would like to press back so we can see the bracket. And here we do have a bracket. And if you do go along, we will see the other side of the bracket as well. So if you do go just a little bit along,
the right-hand arrow on the right-hand side of the screen.
We do apologise for any technical difficulties, but I can't really see too well all the players playing right now. But is there any specific game that you want to see, Krill?
I reckon I'm feeling top left.
So top left, I can't entirely sure. See, but this is the match that we are going to be watching. Of course, we are going to be watching completely the grand finals. So if you guys are getting into those grand finals or even semi-finals, you are a lot more guaranteed to be streamed by us or commentated by us, but we are right back in.
And so on our first matchup here, we have Marco, RK9, facing up against Puny Cobra.
And this is quite the match, isn't it? And right now we have got Marco retreating a little bit. He's giving Puny a fair bit of space there. They do both seem to be...
Mr. Cobra.
They do seem to be conserving their boost quite a bit here. But yeah, they are going on the ball here. He might be going for a shot. And he might even be going for a double tap. Maybe he might get a touch. He does get a pinch. And Marco with the second goal even here. We didn't even witness the first goal. But that car control, he does pinch it right in there. And there's no one in defense.
Honestly, that ground pinch was absolutely spectacular. Textbook. It couldn't have been quicker.
And both players here on ridiculous ping. I don't think they're even on this region, but regardless, we are not going to discriminate. They are both in for a very long ride today. But Marco, again, going on the right-hand side of the wall. He does certainly like this, but does seem like his air roll is his kryptonite for today.
You know, I'm starting to see immediately off the back, there seems to be some differences, maybe rank differences between these players.
When he gets a third. And we did see some air roll hit from him finally. And
it's a forfeit.
And yeah, Marco, his skills, aerial skills, certainly did play the part and does make his opponent
forfeit immediately. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that means that we get to go on to see another round 1 match, which is very exciting.
So yes, obviously Marco is into the next round now. I believe he is into the semi-finals, which is very interesting for him. But we are just going to be watching another match in just a few moments. Do you think Marco has the potential to win this tournament, or do you feel like there is a lot more to come?
I'm interested to see the skill level of everyone in the bracket. I think it's too early to say. You know, we need to see a few more matches and see what kind of...
Sorry, I've got something in my throat today, but... I really am enjoying this tournament so far, guys. And I can't wait to see these next matches. And honestly, we are just getting into these next matches in literally a moment from now. And I can't lie, I'm not sure if there's many European players in this tournament. But regardless, it's good to have a nice global match today. And hopefully we do see a few more mechanical players and maybe even just some more game sense players. What do you think? Is going to be more mechanical players today? Or do we think there's going to be maybe more game sense?
Well, from that absolute mechanic masterclass we just witnessed, I think I'm going to go for mechanics.
Okay, so you're maybe assuming a few ceiling shots, a few air dribbles, a few flip resets, maybe even a few doomsy dishes or even a few flicks here and there. Nothing too crazy maybe, but mechanics are mechanics, and they are certainly something you want to see.
You know, it's even those fine, simple mechanics are often even the prettiest. Oh, and we're straight into the semis.
We are right back in, and we seem to be seeing Marco again here. We haven't seemed to have a change up on bracket. We might have a change up, depending. But right now we are seeing market. If you would like to go to options and leave. And apparently this is the only game actually
running.
But Marco is right in, and I'm not sure if there has been any forfeits or if there is currently any other teams that are competing or not. But we have got Marco, and he is 1-0 up. But do you think Marco is going to win this again?
You know what? He's got the 1-0 lead. He's not being contested on the wall, which we've seen. You've seen he's very dangerous from the wall. He's got a lot of mechanical control. You know, he seems to work out those issues with the air roll. But Orange, Mr. Jeremiah, he does have Zen in it as his title, as his tag, and we all know that means you're immediately better at the game.
Of course, that buff for Mr. Jeremiah does seem to be coming into play, and he's all tied up. And Jeremiah, or Jeremiah's, I should say, is certainly getting a nice boom right into there. I believe it is 81 kph, if I am not mistaken. But it is a closer game now, and certainly Marco is being pushed to his limits.
Definitely. You know, this is a much closer match than I think we anticipated when we first joined in here. It seems like Jeremiah is really starting to come into his own, I'd say. But Marco, again, is just... We're seeing a lot of this mechanical control. I mean, it's really, really class, I do have to say. And
Marco almost got second there. He could not quite adjust his card to fit that goal. But it is another miss there by Jeremiah. Does sort of make out with the post a little bit there. But now it will be another shot here for Jeremiah's. And he does... He
gets the goal. Wow.
And he does recover in time. And unfortunately, Marco did misflip there, and Jeremiah just captivating plays by him, and also just managing to get that boost in time, has all the advantage, and it is 2-1 right now, and Marco looking to be upset, but it is not over yet. 3 minutes and 14 seconds on the clock. Do we think we can see another comeback?
I definitely think so. I think Marco is going to really show us here. I mean... We saw him in that first game. We've seen what he's capable, and it's just about whether he can be capable of that right now.
And Marco right now, certainly showing that he is capable on the ball. We have seen him a lot on that side wall, and he is going for another pinch. We do see that he is certainly capable of going on those pinches. But there is another shot here from Jeremiah, and it does pass it away, unfortunately. And now it is another shot for Jeremiah. But he will need to get back in time. And can he get back in time? He goes to go for a shot. And he gets right past.
Oh, just textbook beating the defender right there. You know, he controls the boost, taps it off the back wall. You know, he fakes that touch, which forced him to commit. And instead of going for the straight in, he chips it over him. It is absolutely textbook again from Marco.
And exactly halfway into the game, 2-2, we are all tied up. This is not a game to sleep on at all. But now saying that, Marco with a third here, and Marco booming it in. But still plenty of time for the opposing team, of course.
You know, Marco, again, he's really seemed to switch on. You know, he reminds me of a player. I'd say he's very Pulse Fire-esque. honestly, just the mechanical control and the ability to beat his opponent is just unbelievable. You know, very, very just solid player and really, really using those mechanics, which I love to see.
And no offense to these players at all, but Pulse Fire is certainly quite a strong statement. But obviously, if you do believe that statement, then I am not complaining at all, as Marco is certainly showing that he can control this ball here and is going a little bit to the right there. Is caught out by Mr. Jeremiah. Jeremiah trying to control it, but obviously a few bumps there by Marco, showing that physicality. And obviously Jeremiah bringing it all the way back, trying to hold that possession. But he is bringing it to a centre now. He is passed it right to the opponent.
Wow. Wow, Marco, again, reading the play. He's doing a brilliant job of controlling this. And again, like you said about that physicality, it's one of the most important details in a mode like 1v1s is being able to be physical and, you know, take those boosts, get those bumps and demos that disorient your opponent and just try and create those opportunities.
For 4-2 now, it is certainly in the advantage for Mr. Marco, but there is still time. But 1 minute and 35 seconds left. He will need to play a lot more smarter here, and he does certainly play smart, a lot more patient there, and just lets Mr. Marco sort of overthink there, and he really gets in his mind and just finds the open goal, really.
100% agree. You know, that's very good patience there. He saw that Marco was awkward, and he let him outplay himself because he knew he would just have that open net. You know, that's honestly a really, really good demonstration of what happens when you can use your brain in these situations. But see, Jeremiah gets the full boost and has control of the ball, but will Marco turn an insta-challenge? He will not, leaving a free ball to Jeremiah.
That's going to be in! And he saves it! He does save it, but he just could not quite get a touch. And it was a very good save attempt, but unfortunately does get tripped up by that goalpost. He's certainly not going to be happy with the goalpost. He's having a few choice words later with him, very likely. But it is 4-4 now, and this could go any way now. It could not be any closer than this. 1 minute left. It could be another shot there.
Oh my goodness. Jeremiah sneaks it in the bottom right corner. You know, that's devastating for Marco. With a minute left on the clock, he just makes that misdecision to go for that boost. And I tell you what, that is going to haunt him. That will haunt him.
5-4 now, and I believe he's been 4-2 down to 5-4 up. This is unbelievable by Mr. Jeremiah now. He's even looking for a 6th potentially, but Marco is there in time. Marco is going to get the 400, and now Marco is also holding his own now on his side of the field. But the question is, will he be able to go for a flick? He does get a flick, and right over the opponent, and 5-5 now.
Wow, it's honestly shocking. It's so impressive that both of these players are consistently outplaying each other. You know, it's like neither one of them can really stop the other one on defense. So it's a question of whose offense will prevail.
And right now it is literally a case of who makes the mistake, who doesn't. Because both these players, they've made their fair share of mistakes, but it's going to be who makes the most. And right now, it does seem like Jeremiah is making the most, and Marco was 5-4 down. He's now 6-5 up. He obviously had the advantage earlier of 2 goals, but he obviously lost that. But now he's come back, and he is not giving up, and he is putting in all of his effort and might.
I couldn't agree more. You know, Marco, there's been some mistakes on defense. There's no shadow of a doubt. But, you know, his offense is starting to pull through. But the question is, will Jeremiah be able to respond? And he just hits that one wide. But how will Marco control this? He misses the boost and gets an awkward touch on the ball, so he pulls back here, leaving Jeremiah with another opportunity. She seems so dangerous from. Bit of a collision on the back corner.
Oh, and now Jeremiah. He is in the aggressive stance, but the question is, will Marco give him any chances? And it does not look like it. He's going for a few bumps here. Marco might have another chance, but now Jeremiah, it might be his last chance. He might have another shot. Is he going to be there? No, he's not. And Marco holds it out last second. And Marco to the grand finals.
Wow. What a match that was. What a match. You know, it was an absolute offensive onslaught from both players. You know, there wasn't much a show of defense, I'd say. But, you know, if you get the win, you get the win, no matter how you get it, right?
Of course. Well, we haven't seen too much to the other side of the bracket, but we do know Marco is certainly the favourite. He's gone through 2 opponents now, and he's certainly been on the ball quite a bit, and he has certainly capitalized on his opponent's mistakes in fine fashion. And we are just waiting for this next match, I believe, and we are getting right in to this other match on the other side of the bracket. I believe we are in the semi-finals for this match, and it is... I can't quite read the names too well. Could you read the names?
Oh, so we have Bolon versus the GOAT.
Oh, so obviously...
Or Tiago, sorry.
We do have Tiago going for a goal here, and he does get it right in. Not Thiago Silva. Actually, it could be Thiago Silva based on the amount of goals that he's getting right here. But we have not seen too much of him yet. So, obviously, still need to keep on playing both these players. But 5-4 now. And it's certainly been very back and forth this game. Only one can win, but Tiago is our favourite. It does look like right now. He is going for another chance, potentially. He might even go for a double, and he has missed it. And the open net, and we can't quite see. Opponent has gone AFK, and the opponent has just left. He does not want to be in it anymore. And Tiago to the grand finals.
Tiago is through. You know, we didn't get to see too much of that match, but we saw the ending, and we saw the victory for Tiago. That goal right at the end there was the nail in the coffin that really... It looked like it broke his opponent's spirit. And, well, it got him the win.
So we will be having Tiago versus Mr. Marco for the grand finals. We have not seen too much of Tiago, but according to that goal, he is certainly not one to sleep on. So any score predictions for the grand final?
Well, I think I do have to go with my boy Marco there.
Okay.
I reckon it's going to be a 3-0 sweep to Marco there. It's a best of 3, so sorry, a 2-0 sweep.
Well, I believe this tournament is a 7-goal maximum you can score. It is a best of 3 this series, so whoever does win 2 games first. But obviously, Marco, we have seen, is probably the favourite right now, but could be an upset from Tiago. We'll have to wait and see. And we will just be getting right into these matches. But right now, I'm going to say a 2-1 win for Marco, just based off what I've seen. I feel like Tiago is going to find his way at least a bit. And we have to wait and see how it goes, really, because we do know both teams are capable of scoring. But the question is who will get more goals and who will make more opportunities. We are right in, and here we go. Let's get game 1.
And immediately, we already see Marco is a 1-0 lead. He's being very, very dominant, and he seems to have changed to the Imperator. I wonder how that's going to affect his gameplay here.
And it does affect his gameplay in such a positive way, as he does get the second goal here. And he's that good. We didn't even see the first goal from him. And he's just booming it right in there. Opponent seems to go right for the big boost. I don't think he had that awareness to him in that situation, but nevertheless... Tiago is going to win the kickoff here, and he might even go for a double here. He does catch the ball almost, but he is trying to let Marco just sort of come his direction and make a few of those mistakes. And that might just be the way that Marco does, unfortunately, fall. He may fall to Tiago, but right now he's certainly not falling.
Yeah, and one thing we can definitely tell about the card choice here is that Tiago, just that missed shot, but Tiago is using the the Marauder, sorry, which is a very big card, you know. When you use those big cards, it often works in your favor to be just a bit more aggressive, you know, going for those bumps, being a bit of a demon, you know. You want to control a bit more of the play, but we're not seeing too much of it. Marco's doing a brilliant job of capitalizing on boost placement and trying to set up these mechanics.
And it does seem that Tiago has got another shot there. He is trying to get it out of his field. Of his half of the field, I should say. But does get the full 100 here. He is trying to keep the aggression. Unfortunately, he does get punished for his mistake. This is something Marco does do. But Marco has also made a mistake. But Marco has actually been patient with it. And now Marco, is he going to get it? Yes, he is. And for a minute there, Marco... He was having us in. We thought that he was going for a fake, but of course he's going for the goal. And he does finish it. And showboating compared to his opponent right now.
It really, really shows his confidence there to be able to just sort of tap on the goal line. It really shows his mental state, you know. He doesn't seem to be super locked in or this, that, or whatever. He knows exactly what he needs to do, and he's not worried about how he's going to do it. You know, he misses. He missed the ball there.
Oh, and Marco 4-0 right now, and he is certainly taking all the opportunities that come into play. Unfortunately, Mr. Thiago was there, but unfortunately could not convert every single opportunity. And that is going to be the first game to Marco, but he is down, but not out, Mr. Thiago. Do you think he's going to come back?
Well, I certainly say we'll have to see. Hopefully, he sticks around, and if he does, you know, I reckon Thiago's got to change a few things for sure. He's got to fix a bit of his gameplay, but I think once he does, he might have a chance. He might.
I feel like for Thiago, it's maybe just a bit of a rough start. He's trying to get used to his opponent. He's trying to adapt to his opponent. And of course, it's best of 3, so he's not out of the tournament yet. But of course, he will have another chance here. But we don't know it 100% if he has forfeit or not, or if that is the entire tournament. We are just waiting a few moments.
Yes, we're just waiting for a few moments for our production team behind the camera here to give us a thumbs up or thumbs down to see whether we're going through to the next match. You know, I'm really looking forward to... we've gotten the thumbs down from our production team, which means that Marco will take the victory.
And Marco, what a performance from you. His performance was just so sublime that, honestly, I don't think Mr. Thiago wanted to go again. He just saw the potential that Marco had. And Marco, we saw him since the start, and he really had that shine to him, and he really had that prowess, really, that winning prowess. And unfortunately, the rest of the players couldn't take him down. But that is Marco for today. Well done, Mr. Marco, once again. And thank you all for watching this insane 1v1 tournament.
Yes, thank you all of you for tuning in. Another reminder again for our Monday night tournaments. Every Monday night, we will be streaming a live event here on Twitch, which in the future, we will have some bundles of peripherals to give away from Corsair. So definitely worth sticking around, joining the Discord, getting involved, and keeping an eye out for those announcements in our Discord channel.
So I believe that is all for now. Thank you again for joining, guys. I cannot appreciate you guys enough. And of course, make sure you are joining the Discord and the streams in future. Just make sure you drop us a follow. Even if you can't join the Discord, it is all here, our socials. So you can see all our socials right here. And that will be the end from us. Thank you again for watching, guys. We will see you later.
Bye-bye.